Thank you so much. My name is Kambanatuna Dorin, and I'm going to be talking about the first question, the theory of Max Weber, and why was it invented? Sorry, the definition of this theory is the way of organizing big groups or companies or governments so that they can run smoothly and fairly. And Max Weber say that these organizations work best when there is a clear boss and people report to. That's the first thing that Max believed that the companies should have so that they can run smoothly. Secondly, there are rules that everyone should follow, because if everyone has his or her rules that follows, there will be disorder. But when the company has, or the organization has the rules that are already set, that are already there, the people will be following the same things. And moving on, each person should have a specific job to do, meaning no one should be left or should be lagging behind or making other people do extra work while they're being lazy. Moving on, decisions are made based on the rules, not personal feelings. If we include personal feelings in the work, that means the work has already failed. So this means that for this theory to work, the personal feelings should be left aside, and we should follow the rules. And lastly, people are hired and promoted because they're good at their jobs, not because they know someone at the job. For example, you should not be hired because you are the cousin, the auntie, or you have a certain relationship with the person who is hiring. Instead, you should be hired because uh, you are responsible, or you have the certain qualities that they're looking for. And why was it invented? Weber invested this theory because he came up with this theory because in the past the organization or the certain companies were very messy and unfair. People would get jobs depending on the relationship they have with a certain person who is hiring, the boss or someone else. Not that they are able to fix what's or they're able for the or they're eligible for the positions that are there. They would get the jobs because they know the people that are hiring, that they're hiring. And this system was very unfair and not efficient at all. So this theory was invented to help big organizations to work better by being more structured and treating everyone the same way. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Audrey Edgar Martin, and I'm going to proceed where my colleague stopped from. So we are going to talk about the characteristics of bureaucratic organization made by Max Weber. One of the characteristics is they stated clear rules and procedures. So in these clear rules and procedures, everyone had to follow rules that were written down and the policies. Everyone know what to do and how to do it. The next characteristic was hierarchy in authority. So in this characteristic, we talked about the chain of command. So higher levels had more power and the lower levels had to follow the orders. So in this kind of authority, we had levels, those who are at the higher level and those who follow those who are in the higher level. So the next thing he stated in the characteristic was the division of work. Every person had a special job or task to do. Work was divided to make things more efficient. Then the next characteristic that he established was impersonal relationships. Discussions were based on rules, not personal feelings, and everyone was treated in the same way, no matter who they were. Then the next characteristic was employment was based on skills. People were hired based on their knowledge and skills, not family relationships. And the last one, there was clear advancement by merit. So workers got promotions based on the performance and the skills that they had. Generally, the skills and the performance they had. That's what they based on to promote the workers in this kind of organization. So generally, those were the skills those were the characteristics that Max Weber put in place in this type of organization called the bureaucratic organization. Thank you. So we are going to proceed with the principles of the bureaucratic type of organization. So the first principle, we talked about specialization of tasks or division of labor. In this principle, we talk about every worker has a special job or task they are supposed to do, like based on their skills. Then the next one, we talked about the hierarchy of authority. That is the next principle. And this principle, we talk about levels. Like in the organization, we have different levels of like authority. You have those in the higher level and those in the lower levels. So the those in the higher level are followed by those in the lower level. Its importance is that it shows who is in charge and who reports to who. The next principle that we talked about was the formal rules and regulations. In the formal rules and regulation, we talk about work is guided by written rules and principles and actually procedures that workers are supposed to follow. So its importance is that it keeps everyone doing the right thing in the same way and ensures firmness or fairness. Then we have impersonality. Now, in the principle of impersonality, we talk about decisions that are made based on the rules, not personal feelings. So it is important because it prevents favoritism, like in the organization, and ensures fair treatment to every worker in the organization. Then the next principle, we talk about employment based on the technical qualifications. So here we talk about people are being hired because of their knowledge and skills and actually their qualifications. Then it is important because it ensures the right people to do the right job. And also we talked about lastly the principle called the career orientation. And in the career orientation, workers aim to grow and get promoted through good performance and experience. Why it is important? It motivates employees to work very hard. So generally, those are the principles that we talked about. Thank you.